Hello friends, welcome to your channel Make Physics Easier by Mayur Agarwal. Today we are going to discuss numericals based on equations of motion in class 9. That is such a topic in which every student faces a problem. So let me tell you, this is a very easy topic. But before starting numericals, you have to understand some key points, the formula related and some technical points which helps you in solving the numericals. So let's start the video without any delay. Before starting the numericals, first of all we have to understand three formulae. The first formula is of V is equal to U plus AT. The second formula is S is equal to UT plus half AT square. And the third formula is V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Now, what is V called in this? So V will be called as final velocity. In the same equations, what will be U called as? U will be called as initial velocity. Initial velocity means from which velocity the object is starting when you have started your observation. And the final velocity is that velocity which the object at its destination or the point of the motion where the journey has been completed. So that will be called as final velocity. S here means displacement and T means time taken and A for acceleration. So these all are the equations related to uniformly accelerated motion. If we are forming the same equation for retardation, then the equation will change. V is equal to U minus AT, first one. Second one will become S is equal to UT minus half AT square. That will be the second one. And the third one will be V square is equal to U square minus 2AS. Because we know very well that retardation is equal to negative acceleration. Retardation means negative acceleration and negative acceleration means minus A. That is why in these all equations we have just make a change. In the place of positive A in every equation we have just placed minus A. So all these three equations will become. Okay, so in the numerical, if this condition for acceleration procedure the question is there, so we'll apply the equations in between these three. Otherwise we have to apply in these three. Now look at one pattern carefully. If you are observing all the three equations, there is a pattern. We have total these 5 quantities overall in the equation, and in the first equation we have 4 quantities V, U, A and AT. So among these quantities, which quantity is not present here? That is S. So in the numericals, if displacement has not asked also and it is not given also, so we apply the equation number 1. If there is no talking about displacement. Now in the second equation we can see very well V quantity, final velocity is not there. So if in the question the final velocity either it is not given nor it has been asked, so then we have to apply the second equation. And in the third equation the quantity T, time taken, is not there. So when time is not given and we have to find any such quantities, then we apply the third equation. U and A, initial velocity and acceleration, these are the two quantities which are present in each and every equation. So this is the method how can we understand that in the particular numerical or in the particular question which equation we have to use. So you have to be very careful. These 5 quantities total we have in the equations of motion, and in each equation one quantity is missing. So before starting the numerical, first you will write all the physical quantities given in it. Then you have to just think about which equation you can use. Then you will apply, then get the answer. One more thing. Suppose there are 2 more rules. Suppose the object is starting from rest. If an object is starting from rest, then its initial velocity will be 0. And if an object comes to rest after motion, then its final velocity will be 0. So these 2 rules will help you out to solve such questions in which suppose an object is starting from rest, it means the object is stationary overall, initially. So if the object is stationary, then its initial velocity will be 0. So u will be 0. And if an object is moving with a particular velocity and after a time interval it comes to rest by applying brakes or anything else, then its final velocity will become 0. So these 2 points will help you in solving the numericals. So this is the overall concept which helps you in solving the numericals. First, equations you have to understand. Then you have to understand the thing that each equations have 4 quantities in which one quantity is missing, given 5 quantities. After that, if the question is terms of retardation, then each and every place of A you have to place minus A, and there are 2 more rules. When the object is starting from rest, then u0, and when the object is coming to rest, then v is equal to 0. So by the help of these rules, we are just going to start the numerical problems, and I am going to solve the numericals related to concise book. This concise book numericals I am going to explain of exercise 2C. So the exercise which we are going to do is exercise 2C, and the book name is concise. So the first numerical I am going to read out. A body starts from rest. I am telling you, the students, as you read the question and as you can understand the physical quantity, so just write them with the help of their symbols. In the numerical it is saying a body starts from rest. So as I told you, when a body starts from rest, then u is equal to 0. Okay, so when the body starts from rest, it means initially it is stationary, so its initial velocity will be 0. That is why I have written u is equal to 0 with a uniform acceleration of 2 meter per second square. It means acceleration is given. And sometimes if you have problem to understand which physical quantity is given, so just concentrate on the unit, because we know very well that the velocities has unit meter per second and acceleration have unit meter per second square. So this 2 meter per second square will become the acceleration. Find the distance covered by the body in 2 seconds. T is equal to 2 seconds. We have to find distance. Now very well, you can see that 4 quantities we are talking about. So in which equation, first, second or third, in which equation all these 4 quantities will come? Equation number 2. So S is equal to ut plus half at square, because we are talking about acceleration. That is why we are not taking a negative sign. So S is equal to u0 time 2. So 0 into 2 plus half into 2 into 2 square. Just solve it. So 0 into 2 will become 0, and after solving it will become S. So the final answer will become 4 meter. And remember one more point. If in the given quantities, if any quantity is not in same system of units, then you have to convert it. Suppose here we can see that all the units are in SI system. So the answer is also coming in SI system. So this is the numerical number 1. Now numerical number 2. A body starts with an initial velocity of 10. Now the initial velocity is given 10. So value of u will become 10 meter per second. And acceleration 5 meter per second square. Acceleration is equal to 5 meter per second square. These two values are given. After that, find the distance covered by it in 5 seconds. Again, we have to find the distance covered in 5 seconds. So again, same physical quantities are given, so same working. S is equal to ut plus half at square. Apply the values. So 10 into 5 plus half into 5 into 10 square. Now 10 into 5 will become 50. It will become half into 5 into 100. The time is 5 square. So 5 square will become 25. So after solving it, 50 plus 125 by 2. So 50 plus it will become 62.5. So the overall answer will become 112.5 meter. So this is the term. This is the numerical number 2. Okay. So there is no difference in numerical number 2. So 1 and 2 are the same. Now we are coming to the numerical number 3. A vehicle is accelerating on a straight road. Okay. Oh, so a vehicle is moving on a straight road. At velocity, its velocity at any instant is 30 km per hour. Suppose it is given u 30 km per hour. So at the very beginning you have to convert it into SI unit. So this rule you should also write anywhere. if you want to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, then you have to multiply by 5 by 18. So it will become 25 by 3 meter per second. That is the first velocity. Now, after 2 seconds, so T1, why I am writing T1? Because one more time is given in the question. It is 33.6. Now, V has become 33.6 kilometer per hour. So again, we have to convert 33.6 multiply by 5 by 18. So when we divide by 18, 18 1 ja 18, the remaining will be 15. So 6 3 ja 18, 6 5 ja 30 and 6 6 ja. So 5 6 ja 30, 0, 5 5 ja 20, 28 by 3. So this will be the velocity. Now again in the question, after further 2 seconds, so T1 again, after further 2 seconds, now the velocity, suppose we are taking with a W symbol, 37.2 kilometer per hour, 37.2 kilometer. So again you have to convert it into SI units. So 6 3 18, 6.2, 31 upon 3 meter per second. So overall U, V and W, 3 velocities are given and 2 time intervals are given. We have to find acceleration of the vehicle and if the acceleration is uniform. So in the given question, as we can see, the journey is in 2 parts. First, U to V, the velocity of the object is becoming U to V and in t seconds, and then V to W also in t seconds. So what we can do first, in the case of U to V, we solve. So the formula for acceleration is A is equal to V minus U upon T. So A is equal to, the value of V is 28 upon 3 minus 25 upon 3 divided by the time interval is 2. So A is equal to, when we solve this, 3 upon 3, 1. So 1 by 2 meter per second square. That is the case when U to V we are talking about. Now in the second case, V to W, again formula will be same, but now W minus V upon T. So the value of W will be 31 upon 3. The value of V is 28 upon 3. And the time interval again 2. So A is equal to again 1 by 2 meter per second square. Because the acceleration in both the cases are same, so we can say that the acceleration is uniform. So as we can see that in this question, we have to just first if we understand the question, the language of the question, we have overall 3 velocities. No problem. We can write with the different symbols like U, V and W. And 2 time intervals are given. One time interval is given when the velocity U is changing into V, and the second time interval is given when the V velocity is changing into W. So these 2 time interval will help us to find the acceleration. So at the first point, when we are talking about U to V, then we have solved this calculation and find the value of acceleration 1 by 2 means half meter per second square. Again, for the V to W calculation, the acceleration is half meter per second square, because in both the cases the acceleration is same. That is why we can say that in this numerical the acceleration is uniform. So this is the way how can we solve question number 3. Now as proceeding, so numericals are basically the concept related questions. So if you have any doubt in concept, so first make it clear, then only solve the numericals. Before completing your concept clearation, before concepts, you cannot start numericals. And numericals are the things which we cannot learn. We can only understand them. We cannot learn them. We cannot memorize them, because in each numerical there is small difference. That is why. So now the numerical number 4 we are going to talk about. In the numerical number 4, it is saying that a body initially at rest. So again the body is rest. So U is equal to 0. After that, calculate its velocity. Starts with a moving constant acceleration 2 meter per second square. That is acceleration given. Calculate the velocity acquired and the distance travelled in 5 seconds. Velocity we have to find and distance we have to find. So 2 quantities we have to find. So for the purpose of V, we have to apply the first equation. V is equal to U plus AT. So V is equal to U value 0, acceleration value 2, time value 5. So V is equal to 0 plus 10. The final answer will be 10 meter per second. That is the velocity. And for the calculation of S, displacement, we have to apply the second equation, ut plus half AT square. So the value of U will be 0, time will be 5. So 0 into 5 plus half into 2 into 5 square. So 2 will be cancelled, it will become 0 plus 25. So the final answer will be 25 meter. Because we have to find two quantities in this question, that is why we have to apply two different equations. And one more thing, suppose now we have the value of V, so we can find the value of displacement with the help of third equation also. If we apply V square is equal to U square plus 2AS, then we have value of V 10 meter per second, we have value of U 0, we have value of A 2, then again also we can find the S. So either you can use the second equation or you can use the third equation. So it is not like that, and each question you have to do the same method. So the next question is question number 5. In question number 5, a bullet initially moving with a velocity of 20 meter per second. So initial velocity is U, 20 meter per second. After that strikes a target and comes to rest. Comes to rest means V is equal to 0. That is very important question for the students. Question number 5. V is equal to 0. After penetrating a distance, S is given 10 centimeter. So after converting into meter, it will become 0.1. Calculate the retardation caused by. So retardation we have to talk about. That is why we have to use the equations for retardation. And we have to find this. So which equation we can use? The third one. V square is equal to U square minus 2AS. The value of V is 0. The value of U is 20 minus 2 into A into 0.1. So 0 is equal to the square of it will become 400 minus 0.2A. So minus 400 is equal to minus 0.2A. Minus can be removed. So 400 upon 0.2 is equal to A. Point will be removed, 0 will be increased. So 2000 meter per second square. That will be the value of acceleration. Okay. So in this question, as we can see that the initial velocity is given and the object was coming to rest. That is why final velocity will become 0. And the displacement caused by the object is S, 0.1 meter, because 10 centimeter is given. That is why we have converted. After that, we have to find retardation caused. If in the same question, the language will be find the acceleration, then we use positive sign. But in the equation, clearly it is saying that find the retardation. That is why we have used the equation for retardation. That is why we are using minus, and value is coming 2000 meter per second square. Okay, so this is the way how can we solve the question number 5. Now proceeding further, we are coming to question number 6. As I told you, for the numerical concept, you have to increase your logical reasoning so that you can understand how to solve the numerical. So the numerical number 6 is saying a train is moving with a velocity 20 meter per second. So the value of U is 20 meter per second, is brought to rest. Again, brought to rest means V is equal to 0 by applying brakes in 5 seconds. So T is equal to 5 seconds. Now calculate the retardation. A we have to find. Now according to the given quantities, in this question we have to use first equation. So V is equal to U minus AT. The value of V is 0. U value is 20 minus A into 5. So 0 is equal to 20 minus 5A. Now 20 will be displaced. Minus 20 is equal to minus 5A. Minus will be cancelled. 20 upon 5 is equal to A. So the value of A will become 4 meter per second square. So the same situation but a different equation we have to use in the question because different values are given. So question number 7. A train travels with a speed of 60 km per hour. So U is given 60 km per hour, converted into meter per second. So 60 into 5 by 18. 6 3 is 18, 6 10 is. So it will become 50 upon 3 meter per second. After that it is saying that from station A to B, then comes back with a speed. Now V is given 80 km per hour. So 80 km per hour we have to convert 80 into 5 by 18. Now it can be divided with the 2, 2 9 is 18, 40. 45 is at 200 upon 9 meter per second. That is the final velocity. Find the average speed and the average velocity. So this question is not related to equation of motion. This question is related to average speed and average velocity. So the train is moving from A to B station and then B to A. So if you have considered, let displacement between A and B. First we talk about distance because we are going to find the uniform speed. Let distance be x. So total distance covered by the train. So total distance will become x plus x. Why we are taking x plus x 2 times? Because A to B, obviously the distance is x, we have considered, and from B to A, the distance may be same. That is why. So x plus x will become 2x. So total time we have to find first. Total time. The x distance is covered by 50 upon 3. So time formula. Let me tell you with the help of different times. Then we add them. So T1. So T1 means time formula, displacement upon speed. So S1 upon V1. In the place of V1 we can write U. So S1 is x and value of U is 50 by 3. So when we solve it, it will become 3x by 50 seconds. This is T1. And T2 is S2 upon V. The displacement is again same. So x upon 200 upon 9. So it will become 9x upon 200 seconds. This is the second time interval. Now the formula for average speed. Average speed is equal to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. So the total distance will be x plus x and total time will be 3x upon 50 plus 9x upon 200. So it will become 2x after taking the LCM. LCM will be 200, 4 3 are 12x plus 9x. So overall it will become 2x multiplied by 200 divided by 21x. So x will be cancelled. 400 upon 21. So we can just solve it and find the value of average speed. And this answer is coming in meter per second only. So we can write it as 21 1 ja 21 and 19 remaining, 21 9 ja 189, 19 whole 2 by 21 meter per second. So that is the final answer. Or if you want your answer in kilometer per hour, so 400 upon it 21, just multiply by 18 by 5. So 3 7 ja 21, 3 6 ja 18, 5 80. So 86 ja 480 upon 7. Now 7 6 ja 42, 6 remaining, 7 8 ja 56.5 kilometer per hour. So 68.5 according to decimal one places. So the book answer will also come. Because we have converted all the velocities in meter per second, that is why our final answer will come in meter per second. Otherwise, if you want your book answer, then kilometer per hour, so at last you can multiply by 18 by 5. And in the same question, the average velocity will become 0. Why I am writing 0 directly? Because the formula for average velocity, you can look here. Average velocity is equal to total displacement divided by total time. This is the formula for average velocity. The total displacement will become x minus x because the direction is opposite. When A to B object is going, then you are considering it x. So when the object is returning back, then it is minus x. Total time